Hello and welcome back to my channel. Glory to Jesus, honor to Mary and Joseph. The four gospel symbols, also known as the evangelist symbols, are specific representations associated with each of the four gospel writers: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. These symbols have been traditionally used in Christian acts and iconography to identify and distinguish the gospel accounts. Their meanings have been widely recognized and interpreted within the Christian tradition. Here are the commonly accepted meanings of the four gospel symbols. 1. The winged man or angel. Symbol of St. Matthew. St. Matthew's symbol is the winged man or angel. This symbol is derived from the opening verse of Matthew's Gospel, which begins with the genealogy of Jesus, tracing his lineage back to Abraham. The winged man represents the human nature of Jesus and emphasizes Matthew's focus on Jesus' humanity and his role as a fulfillment of the Old Testament prophecies. 2. The lion. Symbol of St. Mark. St. Mark's symbol is the lion. This symbol is associated with the beginning of Mark's Gospel, which starts with the proclamation of John the Baptist in the wilderness. The lion represents strength, courage, and royalty, reflecting Mark's emphasis on Jesus as the powerful and triumphant Messiah. 3. The ox or calf. Symbol of St. Luke. St. Luke's symbol is the ox or calf. This symbol is derived from the sacrificial imagery found in Luke's Gospel, particularly in the account of the birth of Jesus in a stable and the presentation of Jesus in the temple. The ox symbolizes sacrifice, service, and Luke's focus on Jesus as a compassionate and merciful Savior. 4. The eagle. Symbol of St. John. St. John's symbol is the eagle. This symbol is associated with the lofty and theological nature of John's Gospel, which emphasizes Jesus' divinity and his eternal relationship with the Father. The eagle represents John's focus on the heavenly and spiritual aspects of Jesus' identity and teachings. The early church fathers, who were influential theologians and writers in the early centuries of Christianity, provided also various interpretations and insights into the gospel symbols. Their writings offer valuable perspectives on the meaning of the four symbols of the gospel. Here are some examples of their interpretations. Saint Irenaeus of Lyon, 2nd century. St. Irenaeus associated the four living creatures mentioned in the book of Ezekiel and the book of Revelation with the four gospel symbols. He connected the winged man with Matthew, the lion with Mark, the ox with Luke, and the eagle with John. He interpreted these symbols as representative of the fourfold nature of Christ's incarnation: his humanity, Matthew; his royal power, Mark; his priestly sacrifice, Luke; and his divine wisdom, John. Saint Jerome, 4th century. Saint Jerome, while commenting on the Gospel of Matthew, associated the winged man symbol with the Gospel's emphasis on the genealogy of Jesus, which highlights his human lineage and connection to the Old Testament. He also connected the lion symbol with Mark's Gospel, highlighting its focus on the proclamation of John the Baptist and the powerful nature of Jesus' ministry. St. Gregory the Great, 6th century. St. Gregory the Great provided a spiritual interpretation of the gospel symbols. He associated the winged man with Matthew, emphasizing the gospel's focus on the incarnation and the human nature of Christ. He connected the lion with Mark, highlighting the gospel's emphasis on the power and authority of Christ. The ox was associated with Luke, emphasizing the gospel's emphasis on Jesus' sacrificial nature and his role as a compassionate savior. Finally, the eagle was associated with John, highlighting the gospel's emphasis on the divinity and heavenly nature of Christ's teachings. There are just a few examples of interpretations provided by the early church fathers. Their writings reflected their deep theological reflections and insights into the gospel symbols, offering valuable perspectives on the significance and meaning behind these symbols. It is important to note that these interpretations are not definitive or universally agreed upon, but they contribute to the rich tradition of understanding and interpreting the gospel symbols. It is important to note that these symbols are not meant to limit or fully encapsulate the richness and depth of the gospel accounts. They serve as visual representations that highlight certain aspects of each gospel writer's perspective and theological emphasis. The symbols invite believers to engage with the unique perspectives and insights of each gospel and to deepen their understanding of the person and teachings of Jesus Christ. So these are the symbols of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. When you enter any Catholic church, you will see these symbols in the church. Peradventure you've been seeing these symbols, but you don't know their meanings. Today you have known their meanings. Let us also share to our friends and families to also know the meaning of these symbols. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.